And here is the hoodie. If you thought that I ordered something from YEEZY.com and waited the time that they actually said, you know, the 4 to 6 weeks, and actually got my stuff. And here is the season 10 Korea exclusive pancake hoodie in a size 3. And as you guys can see, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Lambo, and we're back with another video, guys. And today it is a highly anticipated video. We have the season 10 pancake hoodie, but not only is it the season 10 pancake hoodie, it is the Korea exclusive. You only could have got this if you went to the show in Korea, and if you've been following the channel, you already know how I got it. So make sure you stick around. We're going to talk all about it, guys. So make sure you've smacked the shit out of that like button. And today, maybe you could be nice and just, you know, give the subscribe button a little tickle, if you know what I'm saying. Also, guys, if you got any questions, comments, complaints, queries, quibbles, anything like that, you just want to say what's up, help your boy out, boost the algorithm, all that good shit, drop a comment down below. I will definitely get back to you, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, real quick, guys, make sure you are following me over on social media at LamboAndy on Instagram. I post a lot of updates, you know, discount codes, websites. If I'm selling stuff, I have a bunch of stuff that I go through and I sell. So if you want to follow me, stay up to date on stuff like that, make sure you follow me at LamboAndy. All right, guys, enough of the BS. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. So yes, this is the season 10 hoodie, and if you thought that I got this hoodie from YEEZY.com, you know, if you thought that I ordered something from YEEZY.com and waited the time that they actually said, you know, the 4 to 6 weeks, and actually got my stuff, you're an idiot. Because of course this isn't from YEEZY.com, and of course it's been past the allotted time that my order has been waiting, and a lot of you have been hitting me up saying it's been over 6 weeks and I've got nothing, and I told you so. So good luck if you ordered stuff from this newest drop. You know, I did order some stuff, but it's just a few, you know, glasses and one jacket, so I'm just gonna wait for however long that takes. But if you spent a bunch of money and you invested a lot of money in this new stuff because there's so many options and stuff online, and you're waiting 6+ weeks, good luck. I have a feeling you're going to be waiting another 6+ weeks, and I have a feeling you're going to be waiting a lot longer than that. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope time proves me wrong, but only time will tell. Now, guys, if you've been following the channel, you already know that we've been expecting this hoodie for the past few weeks. And no, this is not from YEEZY.com. Obviously, it's not from YEEZY.com. This is from a subscriber who went to the Korea show and was able to pick this up. So big shout outs to you, homie. I really appreciate it. He's actually going to be, he actually got me all the stuff that was available at the show. So as he receives it, he's going to be sending it over. So we're going to be taking a look at the grills, the crew neck, whatever else, the fur hoodie, all that stuff. That was all for sale at the Korea show. So we'll be getting a look at that stuff shortly. But today we're taking a look at the season 10 Korea exclusive pancake hoodie. So that's how I got this. All right, this is not from YEEZY.com. I did not get my stuff early because of course not. But all right, guys, enough of the BS. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. All right, so it comes in this plastic bag with the size number 3 right there. And I don't know if the ones that are going to be sent from the US are going to have this, but this is how this one came. But we don't really care about the bag. Let's go ahead and get it open and take a look at the hoodie. All right, and here is the hoodie. And yeah, season 10 on the front there, and Korea on the back. Pretty sick, pretty sick. And then, you know, we have the strings here in the front on the hoodie. All right, so let's talk about this and review it. So what I'll say is, on the onset, just right off the bat, the hoodie is pretty soft. All right, this outer shell isn't bad. It's actually relatively soft. We're gonna unzip this, and on the inside, it's also pretty soft. We are gonna compare it to a couple other hoodies here, just so you guys can kind of get an idea. But here's the fabric. You guys can see that. Pretty soft. It's very similar to the, You know, the Black Dogs hoodie, you know, or even like the blanks, and that's what we're actually going to look at here in just a second, but it's very similar to that as far as the fabric, the feel. It is a little softer than those hoodies, I would say, maybe, but decent hoodie. Not heavyweight, and not super lightweight, but a decent hoodie. Construction is decent. It's kind of, the seams there, kind of interesting, but size 3, made in China.
It comes from China.
Size 3 right there. Yeah, it's a decent hoodie. Let's see the zipper and the zipper quality. Here's the zipper. It's not like one of the zippers that we see here in the US. It's not one of like the famous zipper companies like the YEEZY or the whatever they're called. But this is actually weird. The zipper is on the left-hand side. So like this hoodie here is what is the Yeezy Gap hoodie. The zipper's on the right-hand side. The zipper's on the left-hand side, and that's actually typically how women's clothes are. So if you guys don't know, in the US at least, the zipper's on the right-hand side. It was traditionally on the right-hand side because most people are right-handed, or most, you know, men are right-handed, so you can zip up the clothes. But the women's clothes, the zipper was on the left-hand side because the women were typically getting dressed by like maids and, you know, servants and stuff like that. And so they would have it on the left-hand side, so because the maids would be typically right-handed, so it would be easier for the maids to do. So women's clothes, the zipper's on the left. Men's clothes, the zipper's on the right. And for whatever reason, the zipper's on the left here on these hoodies. So I don't know if that's just like an Asia thing, something in Korea. For my folks in Korea, you can let me know if the zipper's typically on the right or the left, or in China if it's on the right or the left. I know in the US it's typically on the right for at least men's clothing, and I'm pretty sure most women's clothing now too, it's on the right. But that's interesting. That is one interesting fact, that this zipper is on the left-hand side. So, but other than that, I mean, decent hoodie, decent quality. And just for comparison, just so you guys can see, this is one of the blanks, and the inside, this is one of the blank hoodies that he released in his most recent drop. You know, the inside looks exactly like this hoodie. So let me just show you the same. Like, this is the blank, this is the pancake hoodie. The blank might actually be a little softer. But you guys can see the fabric there. Very similar. Very, very similar. So expect the same quality as one of the Black Dog hoodies or the blank. Expect that same about quality. But sizing, we're about to check the sizing and see how that works out. I'm actually going to probably compare it to this Yeezy Gap zip up because it might be comparable in size. But let's go try it on, see what it looks like on and fits like, and then we'll come back in here and get my review of that. So let's go out there, check it out. And here is the Season 10 Korea exclusive pancake hoodie in a size 3. And as you guys can see, this does fit decent on me. What I will say is it's a little more fitted. Like, this is a little more like the arms. I mean, it's baggy here, but it's a lot tighter around the waist. It's a lot more fitted in like the shoulders and the arms, and as you can see, the arm length is pretty much right there. You know, it's at the maximum. If I were to have any longer arms, like a couple inches, you know, it would start being too short. So it's very interesting. You know, and this is the Korea LP exclusive, so I don't know if the ones on the website are going to be slightly bigger. But if you get a size 3 in this hoodie and you're any bigger than me, like you're 6'4", 6'5", you know, this might be too small, even in a size 3. So this is more of a standard fitting hoodie, as you guys can see. And I am going to do a side-by-side comparison video. I'm going to put a video here of me just wearing a Yeezy Gap extra large zip up, just so you guys can see the difference in the sizing, so you guys can kind of compare sizing and know what size to get. But again, we don't know if this is going to be the same sizing for the generic just Season 10 hoodie that doesn't say Korea on the back. this might be, you know, this sizing might have been slightly different than those ones that are going to drop, but we don't know. All right, we don't know. All we can do is kind of base it off of this, and if you base it off this, the size 3, it does fit, but guys, these hoodies are a little more narrow fitting and a little more fitted, and that might have something to do with the fact that they're actually made in China as opposed to made in the US, because things seem to fit a little smaller and things are a little smaller over there. But I like this hoodie. I mean, overall, it's a nice hoodie. You know, having the zipper on the left-hand side, like I talked about, is kind of weird. That's typically for women's stuff. It's on the left-hand side, at least back in the day it was. But yeah, very strange to have it on the left side. I don't know, maybe in Europe and Asia, they have it on the left side more often, but you know, that is just one weird thing I want to mention. We don't know if the zipper is going to be on the left or the right here on the US releases, but that was one odd thing. But other than that, guys, you guys can see the hoodie, see how it fits. Make sure you pick the right size. This is definitely more fitted, definitely more of a normal size fitting hoodie. So if you're going to go for it, I would probably even maybe go up one if you want to have it a little more looser. But with only 3 options, you're kind of limited. But there you have it, guys. Let's go back in the room. We will get my final words and get up out of here. And there it is, the Season 10 Korea exclusive pancake hoodie. And guys, this thing is a little more snug than I thought it would be. You know, this is a size 3, and I would probably want a size 4 if they made them, but they didn't. So very interesting. I don't know if these are going to be the same sizing, you know, measurements as the ones that are just going to be the generic Season 10, if it's going to be the same size. But if it is, if you're a bigger person, if you're bigger, even a size 3 might be too small. So I don't know how those sizing, you know, is going to work. This Yeezy Gap hoodie is extra large, is definitely bigger than that size 3. So if you have a Yeezy Gap zip up hoodie and whatever size you have, just compare. A large is basically a size 3. That's basically what it is. This extra large is slightly bigger, I would say. So use that what you will, you know, sizing wise. But yeah, I think the hoodie's nice. Definitely, I would say it's worth $20, but it's not worth the $20 plus the 20 weeks that you have to wait to get it. That is just not worth it to me, but maybe for you guys it is. I'm interested to know down below, are you going for one of these hoodies? Did you already get one? Are you waiting for one? Or do you have one? Did you hit one of the shows and you've already got your hoodie? Let me know down below, guys. Very interested to find out. But that's all I got today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like that video on the way out the door. Give it a little tap on the ass. Nothing too crazy. And subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment on your way out the door too, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, deuces.